In this video, I am going to walk you through your course space and show you what you should be doing here and things that you will want to be opening and clicking on, different links so that you know how to use the course space in order to successfully get your work done on a weekly basis. When you first log into your course space, it brings you to the What's New page, as the title says here and as you see over here. All of the links on the left-hand side of the screen are links to new pages that you will visit in the course depending upon what you're looking for. But let's just talk about this page first. What's here is announcements. It's not showing the first announcement, but if you click this tab here, it'll show you what is the first announcement for the week. Anytime I post an announcement in your course, you will also receive it as an email to your campus email account. It is always a good idea to keep track of your emails on a regular basis, to visit your email account, and some people even say you should be doing it every day because you never know when you may get an announcement or an email from one of your professors for one of your courses that may be really important in terms of what you need to be doing and how you are doing it. So always keep that in mind. I'm going to click back on the What's New to bring me back to that page again. And sometimes people like to use the to-do list as a way of knowing, do I have things that are due right now? These aren't showing updated dates, and there are things that are available for you to complete in the future. So again, I'm a little surprised that there's some things here not showing up, but you do have assignments that will be coming up that are due. So a lot of people just ignore this because they mostly go by the weekly schedule they've gotten and by course calendar, where assignments will also show up that are due. There are also academic support service links over here on the right hand side. These are really great if you need any of the services, say from Office of Disabilities, Learning Commons where you can get tutoring, library services where you can get some help with research or other things that you may need for library services. And then there's the eLearning Wiki, which can help you on how you use this course space. All right, so just about that page. But most people don't really stay on this page other than to read their announcements. Next, there is a link called Course Welcome. By clicking on the Course Welcome link, a new page will open. And this page is just basically welcoming to the course. Some of the same things I already said in my announcement page as well. And there's a video here that I think you might want to watch because it does welcome you to the course and gives a little bit more information about the course. Next up is the course syllabus link, which, since you are watching this video, you have already clicked on because it brought you to the page where your syllabus is available, your weekly schedule, and the videos that you are watching now and the other two videos that were listed prior to that. So I'm hoping you've watched these videos because that video about syllabus really walks you through the important aspects of the syllabus in terms of how it specifically relates to this course, and the weekly schedule lays out everything you're supposed to do as a way to keep track and use it as a checklist. Okay, so it talks about those. I won't talk too much about this because hopefully you've already done all of these things. If you haven't, you definitely want to download and read your syllabus and get a copy of your weekly schedule to use on a regular basis. There is also a textbook information link that you might want to use right now to take a look again at the textbook. This is also listed on your course syllabus, and there were specific information here that you can use in terms of ordering your book if you want to go through Sage Publishing to order your textbook. However, I know that the bookstore will have copies of the textbook, so you can most certainly buy it through the college bookstore. I am now showing you the course calendar link. This is a useful way of knowing what assignments are due and when. Also, according to your weekly schedule, the due dates are all listed there. But if you have assignments that aren't showing up with due dates, They will show up in your course calendar because these are all graded assignments that you should be completing and getting submitted on specific days. So it's nice to be able to go here and take a look. Now, as a rule, because class starts on a Tuesday, I give you a whole week to complete a weekly set of assignments. So all of these assignments that are due by Monday midnight, which gives you the entire week now to get them done, are part of your week 1 assignments folder. And then there's a couple things that we'll do on the Tuesday, which will be the start of week 2. So I am running your week from Tuesday to Monday, because of the fact that we are starting classes on a Tuesday. There are other times when you will have specific outlines that will be due at some point during the week, and only because you need to be able to share that outline with me for me to give you feedback on it before you do a presentation and have your presentation submitted by the following Monday midnight. Your course calendar page may not be working right now, and I have put a notice out to IT about that, or the site lab, because I'm concerned as to why it wouldn't show up in student view. So I'm showing it to you from the faculty page. So now that we have covered all the links about course information, there are 2 links available to you in student resources. One is where you can email myself or other students in the class, and the other link is for you to be able to keep track of grade submissions so that you know what assignments were completed and what type of grade that you received for those assignments, and if you got credit for them. So it's another way of tracking your progress and knowing how you're doing. I'm just going to point out in email how it works in case anybody's never used this before. You click on the email link and it gives you all these possibilities. The only one you really need to worry about is if you're going to be emailing the instructor, is to click on the All Instructor Users. I am really the only instructor in the course, so it will automatically go to me anyway. But you can type in a subject and then you can type in a message and click submit. Now know that anytime you use email in your course space, it goes to our campus email. So if I email you as a student, I would be selecting Select Users tab, and you can do the same if you wanted to email another student in the class. I would select that person's name, but now I have to move them over to the selected tab. So the way email works within your course space is that it is only students enrolled in the course that you are able to email. You can never use this email function to email somebody that is not in or connected to our course. So once you select a student name, you can type in a subject, a message, and then click submit. And again, it goes directly to their campus email. The links that you will need to be concerned with on a weekly basis are under the course content links. Those are your weekly folders. So I'm going to click on week 1, and notice what happens. A new page opens. You get information about week 1 objectives, instructions on how to proceed, and then you will notice all of these folders that were talked about or listed on your weekly schedule that now you have assignments in which you need to complete. So, for instance, if you remember the weekly schedule, it says chapter assignments was a folder, and within chapter assignments would be your chapter 1 assignment and the quiz, and the chapter 23 reading assignment and the quiz. Now these chapters, what I list here are learning objectives, but you need to actually go to your textbook to read the chapters in order to complete the quiz. The quizzes can be completed while you are reading your book. So I always tell students, open these quizzes, review some of the questions before you get started with your reading, then go to your chapter, start reading, and as you see things that relate to some of the questions, see if you can use it as a way, as your quiz, use the quiz as a way to study your chapters and to find your answers. So the quizzes are open book pretty much. They are not timed, so if anybody's ever worried about, having adequate time to take quizzes, they are open for the duration that you need to keep it open until you are ready to submit. And once you've completed the quiz, then you click submit. All right, so I'm not actually going to click on them, but the way to open the quiz is actually to click on the title. And actually, I'll click on one just to show you. And then it gives you information about it. It'll tell you the due date too, and then you will click on begin. All right, so that's the chapter assignments folders. Now I'm going to go back to week 1. So once you've completed your chapters, then open the exercise assignment for building confidence folder. Now, a lot of times your exercise assignment folders may not have a whole lot of material in them. This specific one happens to have quite a bit here. It might look a little overwhelming, but you just have a couple of short videos to watch. You have some reading documents that you need to download because you will use these documents and read them as you are trying to complete the exercise called personal apprehension analysis. And anytime you have an exercise assignment, the assignment that you will submit will be titled exercise first and then the title of the assignment. And if then you notice down below that where all the documents reside, you will have the submission link. Anytime you see this icon with a paper, a pencil, and a ruler, that is an icon that indicates that it is a submission folder for you to submit an assignment. So it says exercise personal apprehension matches this Word document right up here. So if you had downloaded and completed this assignment, you come back, you click on this link for the submission folder, and now you are able to find your document and submit it. It'll show you the due dates, the points available, and there are 2 ways to attach a file, either by browsing your computer, so if you're using your own personal computer and saving it to your My Documents folder, or an external hard drive, which is what I do. You click on this. If you are using a cloud storage space, such as your OneDrive, that's free to you to use through the college, and this way you don't ever have to worry about losing things. They get saved right in the cloud. Or if you're a Google Drive person, you will have all these links then that you can click on. Okay, so I don't need to use any of those right now, but if I was, this is where I would go. I would go to the place where I know my file's saved. And then once you attach a file, it will show up down below here, and then you would click the submit button, and then it will bring you to a new page to show what you submitted and that your document was submitted. Okay. I'm not going to walk you through that procedure, but if anybody does not know how to use this, there are instructional tutorials on this for you, and I can always help you too if you want to have some office hour meeting with me through Zoom. We could schedule a time to meet, and then I can show you how to use this tool. The Site Lab people are also there to help you with any of these challenges you may have about submitting assignments. So it's just about getting familiar with the technology, clicking on things in your course space, getting familiar with how everything is grouped, such as chapters are in one folder, exercises in another, and using that weekly schedule, because everything I list here and here are listed on the weekly schedule. There's another folder here about using and creating VoiceThread. Just happens this week because it's the first week. You need to learn how to use this new tool that we have called VoiceThread that will allow you to watch instructional videos and also use it for doing your speech presentations. So I provide to you a lot of resources. I have my own videos that I've created. I have instructional guides that are step-by-step how to do these specific things. So this whole folder is more about training you how to use the resources that you will need for this course to be successful. So I need to give you that information in the first week of class. And also, too, how to create a great webcam video. So that is an important thing to do. Now, this is actually a YouTube video that I linked up in our course for you to watch. This gentleman who did this webcam video did a really good job explaining how important it is that you know what you're doing with your web camera and how you look on the camera, because that's all about being a good presenter, is how is your online presence. And then there's another little document here that you can read about dealing with anxiety in the online speech environment. And there's a link for you to be able to use if you want to practice how to use VoiceThread. And this isn't a graded assignment, it's just a resource again for you to use so you can get going with how to use this. And I have a link here to all the VoiceThread video tutorials that are available online from the VoiceThread company that would help give you more information on how to use the services. But because I create my own videos for you, I think mine are all you really need to know how to use this without having to go beyond and do your own research. But if you want to, you can use that resource. I'm going to click back to week 1 folder, and that's a great way to do it, is always use this bar across the top or use the link off to the left-hand side of the screen. So the last folder I'm going to talk about is the Presentation 1 Meet and Greet folder. This is your first presentation, and in this folder will be the objectives of the assignment, the instructions about what to do, and how to use all these links that are in this folder. So first you get to watch a little voice thread that's my meet and greet. This is where you get to meet me and hear more about me. And it'll be very similar to what you'll do for your own speech when you're ready to present it. Then there's presentation documents. So I will always provide you with instructions about the speech assignment so you know what it's about, what you're going to be expected to do, the requirements. Oh, sorry, and that one says instructions for creating because you're going to create speech videos. So I give you an instruction guide for that. I give you requirements for what should be in your actual speech, and then I will give you the outline format. Anytime you see this a document with the title outline in it, you need to download and use that document as the template for writing and preparing your speech, especially for outlines that I expect you to submit as an outline for me to see, because I'll be expecting that you're using my template as you write your outline, not creating your own format, because I will always give you the specifics on the outline itself as to what you should have there and in what order and how you should put it together. So I basically show you everything you need to do for every outline you will do here. Then you will have a link for the voice thread, and when you click on this, this is what you will use to create your voice thread and submit it. Now I'm not going to show you how it works because in a prior folder you will have gotten instruction about how to actually use this folder to create your video. So that was in another folder. So you definitely don't want to skip any of the folders, any of the assignments that are listed in any of your weekly folders, because everything that's there is what is going to help you get ready for your next speech in order to be able to do it successfully. Once you have submitted your speech assignment to this folder, you then want to complete a self-reflection report. So some of those things we talked about when we looked at your syllabus and what you read about in your syllabus is that you do a speech, you prepare an outline for the speech, you do your speech, and then you are going to do a self-reflection report. You will have requirements there, plus you will have the actual report document, and again you can use this as a template like all of your assignments. Use the document I give you to actually complete the assignment. and then you submit it here. So here's another one of those submission icons. When you click on it, this is what you click on to go browse your computer or the cloud storage and find your completed assignment, and then get it submitted. So why do we do self-reflection reports following our presentation? Because these are the things that allow us to assess how we felt about what we did, what we learned from what we did, how we felt during the speech, the before, the during, the after, because part of us dealing with our anxieties and our confidence is all about how we reflect upon these experiences. And so because these are subjective, there's no right or wrong answer for these. You are just providing your own subjective feelings about how you did. So as long as you do it, you're going to get 100% credit for it. There's no right or wrong answer to how you complete these, because it's your reflection, your personal experience. All right, so that is basically how a week 1 folder works. You will have chapter assignments, exercises. This one helps you get ready for using VoiceThread so that you're ready to do a presentation, and then how to do a self-reflection report. In week 2, and I already have week 2 folder open, anytime you get ahead of the game and you're done with week 1, you want to start working on week 2 assignments, you can open the next assignment folder. After week 2 starts, I'll open week 3. So you'll always have one folder ahead ready for you to go to. In week 2, this is when, after everybody else has presented their speech, by the end of week 1, by the start of week 2, you will do your peer feedback. And this is when you will have an opportunity to respond to your peers and how they did in their presentation. And in our first presentation, we're just simply going to make comments like, questions about maybe what they told us, maybe we want to learn more about them, or just comments that say, hey, that's cool what you did, I can relate to that. We're not going to actually critique their performance because it's everybody's first speech. And then there's an exercise. There's actually 2 exercises in this folder, and then there is your next presentation folder. And I actually put the chapter assignment last because I really want you to get these things done first. So usually, however the folders are listed in your weekly folder is the order in which you should start working on them and the order in which you should complete them. All right, so that's a wrap on how to use your course space. If anybody has more specific technical issues, don't be afraid to reach out to me to ask for help. And you can always, like I said before, call the Site Lab. They will be more than willing to help you as well. Good luck, everyone.